no central vision, so I can't see completely straight. I have no vision here, so I have to look out the sides to see everything. And we went through a lot since first grade. Like first I started out with blowing up paper to go on my marker screen, and then we tried out a CCTV, which is a big monitor, and I put like a paper underneath it, and then I can see it on a big screen. And then starting in fourth grade, we started using an iPad. So my teachers email me all of my documents that I need to do for homework or for classwork, and I download them to this app called PDF Expert, and I can draw on it, I can type on it, I take pictures to also blow stuff up in case I don't have the document, and I'll show you.
So you guys all want to come over here?
This is PDF Expert, and this is one of my homework assignments that I had from last week. And I can also highlight.
Blow it up for them.
Sit. I said come over here and sit, so I'm making a video. Now it's a mess.
So I have all these different tools that I can do. There's roll, there's a typing tool, there's a line tool that you can make like any straight lines or anything like that. Use the typing. I do use this keyboard that's just attached to it, but it's dead right now. I can just deattach it, and it's Bluetooth connected.
You don't have to delete it right now.
And then I also use some other apps to help me. There's like some reader apps, so I can download a book into there and it just reads it to me. Adobe Connect, I use that to see the screen, so I hook it up to my teacher's board or computer and I can see what they're doing on the screen on here. So that's what I use the iPad for. And I also use this, it's called a cane, and it's not like what older people use. It's, I hold it out in front of me like this in the middle, and then when I'm walking, it, like, if I go over a curb or something, it'll let me know that a curb's coming up. Or if I run into anything like a door or a toilet, it'll let me know that it's there ahead of time because it'll run into it first. And I just got this recently. It's green instead of black. Like usually this would be black and this tip here would be white, but they sell them in different colors now, and I just got this green one. And the only time I really use this is in unfamiliar places, just so I know if there's a step or a curb or some hole in the ground. And I go on these trips to Philadelphia every once in a while.
You go 4 times a year.
4 times a year, yes. And I take this with me, and I'm supposed to be independent and walk around the city, know where I'm going, ask people for help if I don't know where I'm going, stuff like that. And then, was it 2 years ago I got this now? I don't think. 2
So,
years.
do you guys know when you're coming up to a crosswalk, or even when you're at the grocery store, there's usually like a long sidewalk, and it's usually red, and there's bubbles? Do you know what that's for? Yeah, so those are for either eye-seeing dogs, so that when the dogs are walking, they feel those bubbles and they know that's a crosswalk, or if you're using a cane. So when you're using a cane and she's feeling those bubbles, she knows that there's a crosswalk coming.
Yes.
And I didn't know that until, but that's what those bubbles are in the sidewalks.
Well, when you're in the city, what do they ask you to do when you go down there to walk? Do they give you certain directions to follow? How do you know what street you're on?
Yeah, they give me certain directions to follow. They ask me questions I may have remembered from the last time that I went, like when you go.
So she has to know all her directions, north, south, southeast, and then she has to know every street she's on.
Yes,
And even the train ride is an activity, so.
Yes, I take a train down there, and I need to order my own ticket. I need to know what train I'm on, what track I'm on, and then I need to know what stop I get off and get on. And
Is there any assistance on the train?
I have a teacher that goes with me, but
No, but I mean.
But for when you're living on your own.
I haven't been on a train in years, but does it have an announcement?
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
It tells you the stops every time.
Mhm.
But like, So she's been doing this since she's been 3rd grade, right?
Yeah.
And then the first year that they went, you know, every kid 3rd grade, they fall asleep. So she had to like keep waking Lacey up and say, you need to listen to your stop. Well, she didn't. But now they start pulling away every year. So they'll sit farther and farther back. And then in high school, they'll still go with her, but she won't have any help.
It's getting easier every time I go. I think last time I went, it was really cold, so we didn't go too far out into the city. I took a subway to, I think it was 69th Street or something like that, and I just walked across a bridge and then walked back, took the subway back. I get my own lunch there, get to buy my own lunch, and then I take the train back here. And these are probably the best things that I've had. They're called e-sight glasses, and when were they made? When were they?
2 years ago, 3 years ago.
Yeah, something like that. And they give me, here, I'll show you. They're big glasses. I wonder if I can use them all. So these are the e-sight glasses themselves, and they hook up, there's a magnet, and they hook up to regular glasses that are my prescription, so I can see these screens here. When I put them on, these two screens become like one, and it gives me the central vision that I need to see stuff. And this is the 1st generation, so hopefully they'll get smaller, they might come in color. This is 6 ounces itself, and when it's hooked up to the glasses and I put it on my face, it's like kind of really heavy. And it takes a long time to get used to them, because there's this keypad here, so I can like zoom it in, I can like freeze frame it, it can change the contrast, the color, and I can also hook it up to like a TV or computer and see what's going on the screen in here. But it takes some time. If I zoom it in like really big to see really small print, it kind of shakes just because my eyes need to get used to it. And I don't use them a whole lot in school because I have the iPad, which has all my work on there, but I like to bring them to my brother's football and baseball games so I can see what's happening out on the field. I tried to bring them on one of my Philadelphia trips, but I didn't want them to break in any way. And I already have this cane to help me wherever I'm going, so I don't really need to see anything.
So these will really help Lacey when she like becomes independent and she'll be in a house and she'll be able to see the microwave numbers, she'll be able to see the microwave buttons, the stove. So I think with these glasses, hopefully they'll become a little smaller like she said, but these will be more of a transition when she becomes independent and living. Yeah, and doing laundry.
We don't want to see that.
Yeah.
Pretend you don't have them for that. Are you able to walk with them on?
Yes, I can just lift these up, and then the glasses are just there so I can just see normally. And then if I need to read something like a book, I can just tilt them down and then see the screen on there. And it's really heavy on your face. Like, I remember the first time I was wearing them, they left like a mark on my nose because they were really heavy. And walking with them, it's a little difficult for the first time because even when it's all the way zoomed out, it's still somewhat blown up. So if a curb's coming up, I might step too early or step too late, so I have to pull them up so I can just see through the glasses.
Mm-hmm. Do you tend to hold them up so you don't have the weight on your nose?
Yeah, sometimes. And then there's like adjustments to the glasses. There's like a band in the back where you can like tighten it so they can like stay up or tighten up or loosen it so it doesn't fall down. And that took a while to get used to. Like, I know at school I have a study hall, and during that study hall we just spend time trying to figure out these and how they work best for me and all that. But yeah, that's mainly what I use. And
Lacey's a soccer player,
yes.
but something like that wouldn't help her because you'd have to carry that device with you. But still, she scored the first goal for her team.
If we get broken.
So what all do you do like every other kid? What are the things that you like to do, like your music and your play?
Yeah, I like to do theater. We just had a Wizard of Oz play at our school. It just ended on Saturday. We had our last 2 shows, and then we had a cast party, and we're going to strike the set on Wednesday, which we take all the props apart. We give all of our masks back, all of our costumes, and I play flute, violin, I do chorus, and my music teacher teachers blow up the music so I can see it. And it's a little difficult because once they blow it up, it's on several pages, so I have to flip it.
Can you play with your glasses on? With your
Yes, I
e-sight
have
glasses?
done that before because they forgot to blow up one piece of music, so I had to use these, and it was hard because I had to follow along.
Mm-hmm.
But I usually try to memorize the music, so I'll listen to it a few times, and we'll practice at school and at home, and I'll just memorize it, so then I don't even have to look at the music when concert time comes. I can just play it by memory, and that's what I usually like to do. I can't really sight read because it takes me longer to figure out what the notes are than just skimming across it like some of the other kids do. But yeah.
Lacey, you're really good on the keyboard? You feel
Yes.
pretty good on the keyboard?
Yes. Because I just feel where the keys are.
And that just happened like this year. Actually last year.
You're talking about the piano, not the
No,
No,
she's
no.
talking about the
We're talking
keyboard
about
on
type.
the
computer.
computer.
Okay,
Yes.
I didn't know which.
I am very fast at it.
Yeah, it just clicked. You just started doing it, using it.
Yes.
So I brought a little bit of glasses that you guys can try. This is kind of what Lacey sees, so it's not identical. But instead of seeing this big white thing in the middle when you put them on, Lacey sees almost like a blur. That's what she sees in the middle. So, and it's called a blind spot. And sometimes it will move, but it's always like almost in the central. So they're kind of like it if you guys just want to try it on.
There's
You guys can
also,
take turns.
if you put your fist like to your nose, that's like a blurry spot that I have. And I can't really see the blurry spot because, well, it's blurry. I can't see it. So a lot of times if there's a pole like right in my central vision, I run into it.
Yeah. Like we had an incident at gym this year that she was running full speed and someone had left the door open, right?
Door, yeah.
A little bit, and she didn't. So there's a lot of things at home that we'll have to, if we move something, or if my son like leaves something in the middle of the floor, we'll have to tell her, and we really have to try to watch what we put on the floor. Shoes, laundry baskets.
It's happened many times where I stepped on stuff, tripped over stuff, fell into stuff just because I didn't see it. And it's funny at first because it happens to me all the time. So I'm just like, yep, this happens to me all the time. I'm perfectly fine with it. But,
I meant to do that.
yes, yes.
Now, how do your friends react to you at school, or just some of your peers? Are they okay with?
If I meet somebody new and I tell them right away, and then after that I don't talk to them a whole lot, they might treat me differently. They might think that I have something else wrong with me just besides my eyes, and they might be like, "Hi, Lacey, here's this, take this." They treat me kind of like a baby. And then there are my other friends that know me because I talk to them all day, and they treat me completely normal because they know the other me just besides being blind. People that I don't talk to but they know that I have a disability, they just treat me differently, which annoys me a little bit. But if I don't talk to them every day, then they don't talk to me every day, which I don't feel like I'm being treated differently.
But in a nice way, right? They're just like trying
Yeah, they're
to
just trying to help.
Over.
They don't understand.
Yeah.
But that's the thing. A lot of kids think like if you are blind, then something's wrong with your brain.
Which some
Right.
people
Yeah.
do have that, but
Right.
not me.
So now, how far away can you see someone here to see any of their features?
Well, I obviously know what my mom looks like because I've seen her before, but if I'm standing here and I'm looking at her, I can see that she has a face. I can see that she has eyes, but I can't tell what's on her face. So if she had, I don't know, something new like glasses or something, I couldn't tell until I went at least almost face to face with her to tell. With these things, I remember the first time I got them and I looked at her and I was like, wow, there's some things on your face that I never knew you had.
Yeah. Like freckles.
Yeah, I never knew that.
You never knew I had freckles.
Put the glasses on.
Yeah.
But sometimes it's good. Sometimes. There are some benefits like running into poles or something like that, but then there are also like, I know sometimes people are like, oh my gosh, that's like, they look at something and they start freaking out or something. I can't see that. So if they're watching a scary movie and they see something freaky, then I don't see it. I'm like, no, I'm not scared. It's okay. Some good things to it. Some good things. And then if I look at somebody straight in the eye, it looks like I'm looking somewhere else. because I'm using my peripheral vision. So it doesn't look like I'm looking straight at you, but I am. So some people are like, "Can you look here, please?" And I am. I'm looking out the side, so it looks like I'm looking somewhere else. So a lot of times for like picture day, I have to tell the person who's taking the pictures to like say like look here. So I'll look to the side, and then it looks like I'm looking at the camera, but I'm actually not. And she
And
does it to me all
One
the
of the
time.
things too, so a lot of her peers, some of them know that she's blind, but some of them don't know. Sometimes she chooses not to tell people, and then they see her in the hallway. They'll say, "Hi, Lacey," and she just like she doesn't know who's saying it, so she's just like, "Hi."
Sometimes.
And yeah, sometimes, and then they're like, "Lacey didn't say hi to me today. What's wrong with her?" And she's like, "I had no idea who you were."
Some people, if it's people that I don't talk to every day and they say hi to me, I'm like, yeah.
So you don't quite know
I
their
have no
voices
idea who
yet.
you are.
Yep.
Yes, my best friends that I hang out with every day, I know their voice. I could spot them anywhere. So if they say hi to me in the hallway, I'll be more enthusiastic and actually maybe have a conversation with them, actually knowing who they are. And that just takes time. I mean, some of my friends know, they come up to me and say, "Hi, it's Ryan," or "Hi, it's Emma," so that I know who they are. And for The Wizard of Oz, since the beginning of the year, I didn't tell anybody, like obviously my 7th grade friends that were in there knew, and some of the 8th graders because I was with them last year. But like the new 6th graders, I didn't tell them that I was legally blind. Then towards the end, once they already knew me, I told them, and they're like, "Oh, I never knew that. Well, you cope really well with it." So that's what I like to do better.
So you guys haven't asked any questions yet. Why don't you guys start
Lacey,
asking
tell
some
them about your
What?
camp, where you go and help those
Yes,
kids.
every summer I go to this camp. It's called the Helen Diller Home Camp, and it's in Avalon, New Jersey, and it's like a beach house, and boys and girls with visual impairments go there for a week, and we do all these cool activities with like blindfolds on, and we use Braille, which is those raised dots that you might see out in public on like the bathroom signs or something, and we read that with our fingers. So there's all these different contractions and stuff. It's very difficult. We take walks. We go to the beach every day, hang out there, and it's just a good experience to get used to living in a house. They teach you how to like be more independent, stuff like that.
Okay, Isaac, you had a question.
Like, what makes you like legally blind instead of like just not being able to see? Like,
There's
Because she can see some.
Yeah, well, there's numbers. So when you go to the doctor, 20/20. So after when you are legally blind, you are 20-200. So that's what makes her legally blind.
With these, I can see 20/20. Like I can read a book like from here instead of having it up to here. I can actually read it from here.
What's your vision now?
Her right eye is a 20-400, and her left eye is a 20-260. I think it's her left eye.
It hasn't changed
Yeah.
at all, thank goodness. I'd rather just stay the same, and then with these, it gives me the 20/20 vision, so I'm perfectly fine with how I am now. I don't get overwhelmed with it or anything. I used to, just thinking about it, and I'm like, well, why do I have this? But it doesn't bother me now. Like, this is how I see, this is what I would call 20/20 vision if I didn't
Right.
know that I had this. So I don't know what you guys see. With
Right.
these, it gives me an idea, but
Okay, Cameron?
are any of your other senses enhanced?
they're actually, well,
Yeah,
does
that's
that
it.
mean
Yes.
better? Yes, okay. Yes, they're all better than my eyes, so I can hear things that other people can't, and it's kind of crazy. Smelling, tasting, feeling, they're all better since my eyes are bad.
She can hear too many things sometimes.
Her music
Some things
ability
are
is
bad.
unbelievable.
Yes.
Okay.
Very musical family.
Do the health insurances, do they help? No, of course not. Okay.
They won't even help. Like when we called them, they wouldn't even help if Lacey had an amputee. They don't help you with a prosthetic. And that's what they consider those. It would be like a prosthetic.
Okay. Heartbreaking.
I know. So those glasses right there, the first generation, they cost $15,000.
So we did a fundraiser, we got them in like 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Around Christmas time too, so it was like the best present ever.
There's some good questions. Anybody else have some questions for her?
So you do read Braille then?
Yes.
Okay.
And
It's not her first choice. This year we kind of finally pulled back and said it's her choice, because she's not getting better because she's relying so much on the iPad, but she knows it.
I
So
know
that
I'm
if she,
just trying to get more fluent.
yeah.
So every once in a while, my Braille teacher will do a pro, and she'll time me how many words I get per minute. And if I increase it, she'll get me like a donut or something.
Cameron?
Is reading Braille easy?
No, it's really not, because you have a full cell, which is 6 dots, and then every single word in like dictionary has a different contraction. So there's like an ER contraction, EA contraction, all these different contractions, and then you also have numbers and math symbols and like parentheses.
It's kind of like code.
Yeah.
Alex,
Like Morse code.
yeah, you told them about that, right?
No, not yet.
Kind of.
All right. Well, that's what it's like. It's kind of like a code, and every dot or every little signal or of a dot is a word or is a contraction, an ed, an a, and they can be multiple.
Yeah.
So you have to know the other part of the contraction before you know the word.
Yeah, it's very difficult. And I started learning it in 2nd grade, so I know most of the contractions now. It's just getting more fluent. And there are some things like the math symbols we just started this year, which are very difficult, which I'm still working on, but mostly just reading fluently. And then I don't use it in class because it's just that's difficult. Yeah, I'm still trying to get fluent, so if I try to read it in class, it just slows me down even more than maybe having a thing read to me on here or just blowing it up and reading it faster. So I like doing that better than doing Braille.
This doesn't progressively get worse or anything. It stays.
It could get worse. Thank goodness it hasn't.
So Lacey was, she was in 1st grade. A lot of people who have Stargardts, they don't, their vision doesn't drop until they're like in their 20s. So, I don't know. It was just a kind of fluke thing. Like we know someone who lives in New Jersey, and her vision dropped when she was in 5th grade. So she had a
It's like
full.
overnight thing.
Mhm.
Wow.
Well, kind of. Yeah.
And she has less experience. She's still trying to learn like the alphabet of Braille.
But she also has 4 years on Lacey of how to read.
Yeah.
So, and like just the concepts of how to read or seeing a word and like that kind of stuff. So she's a better reader than Lacey, even though her vision is worse.
Mhm.
But she had 4 extra years where Lacey was in 1st grade. So,
She
yeah.
also has these glasses. So we went to the blind camp, the Helensville home in Avalon, New Jersey together last year. And we both got to use our glasses so we could actually see each other for the first time and see all the details and stuff. So that was cool. And it affects 1 in 10,000 people. So it's
Yay,
very
you.
rare.
Yay, you.
I'm the lucky one. And the only one in my family. Which maybe could affect my kids or something. You know what? Mom and dad, they don't have to. Yes.
Yeah. So she'll have to get her husband tested.
It's a lot of things in life to do extra stuff. Extra steps to living a daily life.
Yeah, so if one of you would like to make a car that's like electric and it can go on remote control car, that would be awesome.
Because I cannot drive. The only time I can drive is like if I'm doing bumper cars.
But they're trying, but it's not out yet. So if you guys want to help with that,
It's
that'd
supposed
be
to be
great.
out by 2018.
Part of your engineering bachelor.
Yes. So just go and start making a car that can.
I
really appreciate it.
Did everybody get to try the glasses on?
Yeah.
Did you get to try on a pair? We'll try on a pair. Just put them over your glasses.
We haven't
Just to
we're on
see
4 different ones.
see how different you see without your glasses and now how you see with those on.
It's so like weird.
So you're in all regular classes and everything?
Yeah. I have a
They
study.
just all set your homework up on the system for you.
No special classes. I have an extra study hall. I don't know why I have that.
She has an extra study hall to try to keep her like on task with her homework so that it doesn't overwhelm her at night.
And I have all the stuff after school. Like I had play rehearsals from 3 to 6, and then just other home stuff. So it really helps me out. I just get organized, organize my folders, my email, all my documents. Just like an extra element period.
So what's your new thing you got for Christmas that you play with all the time?
A tortoise.
What?
Her tortoise.
Oh,
Yes, I've wanted one for a very long time. They're just-
And she can't see
So-
the poop, so then she has to clean up the poop, but she can smell it. Yeah, but it doesn't really smell too bad.
Because he's little.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, hoping when we change it to sand, she'll be able to clean it up.
Maybe she should wear those.
Sometimes.
Maybe she should wear those glasses when she looks in the tank.
Mom, you really don't want me to do those dishes. I won't get them done right. See, you can use it to your advantage.
Yeah,
I
but
used to do that, and people used to get really mad at me. Stop using your eyes as an excuse.
Oh.
But if he like runs out of water, I'll just stick my hand in there, just feel. If it's warm, then I'll change it. If it's all dry, then I'll just change it. And then food, I can see the food because it's big chunks of lettuce, so I can see if he's out or not.
so obviously I know Lacey's one of her favorite things is to play on her iPad and talk to her friends and make video. She makes really, really good videos.
unbelievable.
But I've done projects with her where as long as I can put things in her hand and then tell her what to do with it, she's able to actually do it. Like, you just like when you guys like tie your shoe, you don't really look at what you're doing. So there's things that she can do just because we know how to do them. Our hands operate for us, and you just put it there, and then she's capable of doing a lot of things like that.
Yes.
Are you in Souderton District?
No, Penridge. Sorry, I can rivals with you guys, aren't I?
I just moved there.
You did?
Yes, he did. Last week, Thursday. You lived
No,
there.
last week, Friday.
Friday, you moved there.
What school did you go to?
Silent.
Okay.
Tyler.
Central Middle
So
School.
you'll go to Central, are you in 5th now?
Yeah.
You'll go next year to Central.
You can go with Lacey's brother. She has a brother,
Yep.
and she has a baby sister that's going to be 2. And she has Mr. Brooks,
My dog.
and he's huge. She can go for a ride on him.
Him you can see.
Down takes rides on him. Yes, we used to do that all the time.
Any other questions, guys?
I just want to go home. Sorry,
I know, we're all tired, aren't we?